And come on, Moorish World TV. I'm setting it up over here. So give me a minute. Let me set this up over here. Let me cut this off right here. And we're going to set this up, family. And we're going to open the door to the show. So give me one moment. And then we getting busy. We getting busy. So, family, what it is that a lot of people are mad at me. A lot of people are mad at me due to the simple fact that I come on the scene, and I'm not arguing that old argument. I'm not arguing that old argument that, okay, the Constitution was created for this or the Constitution was created for that. I'm not arguing that old argument. My argument is different, and can't nobody defend their position. My argument is that you're simply not teaching Prophet Noble Drew Ali Moorish science. Nothing more, nothing less. I would invite anybody to respectfully come on the channel, Moorish World TV, or I will come on your channel, Moorish World TV, but we're going to do a simulcast so we can teach the people. This is not about ego. This is not about I know more than you. I do know that you haven't been for over 20 years teaching the teachings of Prophet Noble Drew Ali. I know it. I can prove it, and that's just what it is. You know, so if you can't stand your ground and you get mad, you want to call me the name, you still ain't teaching Prophet Noble Drew Ali Moorish science. I can stand on it. You can call me what you want. Just don't run up. Because if you run up, you definitely gonna get done up. That's just what it is. Because I hear the threats. I hear the nonsense. So what? So make sure that we need to make sure that our people don't get caught up in that. You know what I mean? It is what it is. We have to make sure our people don't get caught up in that. And when our people do get caught up in that, what we got to do is we got to pull them up out of that. And that's where I come in at. Period, point blank. That's exactly where I come in at. So let me get this on here real quick. I want to get this started. I hope y'all can come in on Moorish World TV. Moorish World TV is a Moorish American platform. And what a Moorish American is, and for those who have been under a rock somewhere, we subscribe to the basic principle that we are not black, we are not Negro, we are not colored folks. For my people on YouTube, stand by. I'm talking to my family on Facebook that may not be subscribed. We are not Negro. We are not black people, nor are we African American. African American is a term that was coined by our friend, our brother, Jesse Jackson. But now Africa is a continent with over 60 countries. So if the Chinese man comes to America and he calls himself a Chinese American because he's not, we give him a misnomer and call him Asian, but he don't call himself that because he knows he's from China. He knows the illustrious history in China. You know, so he doesn't call himself Asian American. That's what you call him by default. Anyway, he's Chinese American because the country is China. If you talk to somebody that is from Nigeria and they become a citizen of the United States, they won't even affirm that they're African American, even though they're from the continent of Africa. Have you ever thought about why? Why? Well, the reason why is because Africa's a continent and you don't get your nationality in that way. It just don't happen that way. So if somebody is from Kenya, I have friends from Kenya. He doesn't come over here and get it and then go to the immigration office and all of a sudden he becomes African American. No, he becomes Kenyan American if he proclaims his nationality at the office of immigration. So being only right, it's only right that if a European is from France, he's French American. If another European is from Russia, he's Russian American. If the Chinese man or the Korean man, they're from the countries of their designation and that they have a nationality, it's only right that we over here that have been known as colored folk, black people, African American, Afro American, Negro, shall I go on? Why do our name keep changing? The reason why, because as long as your name can keep changing, your descent nature will never be discovered. And when you discover your descent nature, you discover your greatness. That's what makes me great, because I know who I am and I know who my forefathers were. That's what makes me fearless. That's what makes me upright. That's what makes me independent. So I could care less about the talks that people want to talk about on the gangster tip. Oh man, he's a seller. I could care less. You know what I mean? It's Tahaka Bay. And this is how Tahaka Bay gonna move to the end of time. So if you don't like it, that's your problem. Now, what I'm trying to do now, I'm trying to pull up this song. Turn the volume down. That's what I did. I think I turned the volume down and I get to know who you are, know who you for. Shame. That is insane. That you do not care. Okay? Check it out. I mean that boy, you gon' remember. I'ma be that boy, you gon' remember. That's right. I mean that boy, you gon' remember. The Harker Bay front line till the law call my number. I mean that boy, you too, man. Come on, you too, man. I got something for y'all. The Harker Bay front line till the law. If you a friend of the Moors, then you's a friend of mine. I was told to watch my enemies and hold my line. Don't speak against the prophet, they speak against me. Then I'm speaking about the prophet over Deuteronomy, who was the first to remind you and bind you back. You were Rocco, the mountain Mississippi, and the back. Told you wasn't black, proved it with straight back. You tripping off Trump, you need to be tripping off that. And check this out. Not only is Prophet Noble Drew Ali a prophet, in 1913 he came with this information. Transport your mind back in 1913 and ask yourself what was going on. How did he get this information? How did he get this divine wisdom? We are God in person having an experience that cannot be matched. From person to person to person. Everybody's experience is unique, but it's there to bring out the God character in you and you and you and you. Let's go. The same people talk European how to pay and looking at women buying European hair. No love for self, but you the men really care. Hell no, cause they got a love for your whole generation. Force World TV, look at that. Gucci, Kodak, Amigo, Raw, Lucid, love for the peace and love forever. Force World TV, long, 5 minutes, it's over there. We gon' get them back. We gon' get them back. I'ma be there for you. Now where you go, that's right. I'm coming, be there for you. I'm coming. So Harker Bay front line, tell the law, call my number. I'm coming, be there for you, gon' remember. Let's go. Be there for you, gon' remember. We're back. I'll be there for you, we back. So Harker Bay front line, tell the law, call my number. All you super scholars holler. This arrow for the worker. You ain't building on the ground, then you working in a circle. You look and sound good, but that's only on the surface. Bobby working for the people. Now tell me what's your purpose. Ain't worried about your homie, but I know that I know every move that I can play. He ain't my bro, yeah, you know I ain't slow. I see it all before. I ain't trying to kill the prophet, it was all for show. And somebody right now will say that I'm not down. I'm coming for my back and face. I want my town, my shirt, my sword, my school, my nation. Sick and tired of the procrastination and the debate. Y'all keep patient when love is the savior. You don't love yourself, so you can't love your neighbor. That's why you kill and fight and marry out of your face. If you ain't for Moorish world, beat it out of my face. Love China, love China. That's how you love India. If you love the Moorish world, come on and build it with me. Let's go. Hey, that's right. I'll be there for you, won't remember. The Harker Bay front line, tell the law, call my number. I'll be there for you, won't remember. I'ma be there for you, won't remember. Yeah. I'll be there for you, won't remember. The Harker Bay front line, tell the law, call my number. I'll be there for you, won't remember. Before. I'll be there for you, won't remember. That's down. I'll be there for you, back down. The Harker Bay front line, tell the law, call my number. I'll be there for you, won't remember. Hey. Here we go. I'm gonna walk around TV, let's go. The Harker Bay front line, tell the law, call my number. Yeah. What's up, family? So, family, what I had to do, right? What had happened was I had to go to Facebook so I can get the message out to everybody. So what I'm going to do in a second, family, if y'all can work with me. Let me tell you something, man. I'm going to tell you something. For real. On some real. Check it out. This here, I'm going to cut this here for real. If y'all can work with me, as I set this up real quick, we're gonna have a nice little show. Let me set this up on my phone real quick so I can look at the chat and YouTube as we go into the show. But the point of the matter is, fam, this actually really takes a lot of work. You know what I mean? This actually really, hold up. Let me get this right. This actually, okay, here we go. So in reality, family, I'm going in the chat now. I want to see the chat. And I got my phone right here. So let me turn it up so I can see it. Okay. So look, this actually is a lot of work. So y'all be like, man, come on with the show. Come on with the show. But let me tell you something. A production like this on YouTube, for real, probably got 3 or 4 people. Watch what I'm doing. I'm actually queuing up the music. I'm going to give you behind the scenes. I'm going to put a camera and show you exactly what I do. I'm actually queuing up the music. I'm queuing up the ad. I'm sharing the ad. I'm talking on Facebook. I'm on Twitter. I'm loading it on Twitter. I'm on Facebook. And I'm loading it on IG most of the time. And I'm keeping the conversation going. Man, this is serious business. But I do it because I love it, because I want to get the information to you. You know what I mean? So let me clear my throat real quick. Can I clear my throat? Can I get 5 minutes? Can I get a second to clear my throat? Let me get a second to clear my throat. This is going to be a good show. First and foremost, I rise. I give praise to the great God of the universal law. I give honor to his noble, illustrious Prophet Noble Drew Ali. I'm telling you, without Prophet Noble Drew Ali, man, y'all wouldn't know nothing about nationality, Moor, Bay, none of that. Wouldn't know nothing about that. Maybe Allah would have sent somebody else, or somebody would have came up with some scrambled eggs like these Moor Nationals do and try to make like it's going to get you liberated. But it would have been some scrambled eggs, some stuff that you wouldn't even been able to use to save yourself nor anybody else. But with that being said, family, this show right here is dedicated to my brother Ishmael Bey. My brother Ishmael Bey came, did a post this morning that I seen about this sovereign citizen stuff. And I said to myself, they are still doing this stuff. This is ridiculous. And the post that he did was somebody had went into a house and they took the house they thought was adverse possession. I don't want to play that clip. I may play it a little bit later. I'll try to play it a little bit later. But let's get straight into it. I have some clips. That's quite disturbing. And it's really disturbing due to the fact that, people suffer from this nonsense. And so people get mad at your brother. They get very upset with me because I expose this stuff. But it need to be exposed. It need to be exposed that for 20 years, and I'm telling you, I like Taj Tariq. And I don't know why people think I don't. But I've discovered that what Taj Tariq teaches is not Prophet Noble Drew Ali Moorish science. Now, the thing is this. You can get mad. You can cuss me out. You can call me an agent. You can do whatever you want. It don't matter. I'm still going to put the information out. It don't matter to me. Say whatever you want. So the first thing we want to put out is, I want to show you this. This first clip, as I set it up, it's this brother who really believes he has a right to travel, who really believed in the reality of right to travel. And he does have a right to travel. That don't mean that this European is going to respect it. So when I talk about a right to travel, that's just something that I do not think is possible at this time. It could be possible later. But what's the point? I don't really get the point. But hey, if that's what you want to do, that's fine. But be smart. Use your intelligence. So at this point, this brother thinks he has the right to travel. And for some reason, hold up, the wrong clip. He thinks he has the right to travel. Right. So as I set this up, hold on. So look.
You don't see.
I'm gonna hold up for a second. So this brother think he has the right to travel. So because he think he has the right to travel, he starts off real bold, real confident. He starts off real Taj Tariq matter of fact talking. But watch as it goes to the drama. Let's get it.
You don't see anything. I'm a traveler, not a driver.
I understand you're not a traveler, but I'm talking to the female driver.
She's a traveler too. She doesn't need any identification. You know, driver's license is if the state converts a liberty into a privilege, the citizen can engage with the right with impunity. Driver's license is a privilege.
Okay, I still need to see the driver.
No, you don't.
I have a drug traffic infraction.
No, you don't. Is it any crime? You gotta see it. You took an oath to the Constitution, and yet you're pulling us over, and we don't have a crime. You don't have a corpus delicti. You don't say when we robbed anybody. Constitution, sir. You're pulling us over without a crime.
No, there's an infraction.
There's not a crime. A infraction is not a crime. An infraction is not a crime. You these legislations or regulations that you're saying is in the Constitution.
I still need to see a driver.
No, you don't, because I'm not a driver. You're pulling us over without a crime.
No, there's an infraction.
There's not a crime. A infraction is not a crime. An infraction is not a crime. We know our rights. We know you're finna lose your job. No, you're finna lose your job. You just said your whole job, your whole entirety of your whole being is on the Constitution. But you're now upholding the Constitution, but you're saying you're upholding the Constitution. You just said your whole job, your whole entirety of your whole being is on the Constitution. Pray, because he's not going to understand what we're saying. Father, we're praying.
Almighty in heaven, we're coming to you right now to get this demon to flee from our car right now. Get him, Father. Get him, Father, right now at this very moment.
Pray, because he's not going to understand what we're saying. Father, we're praying.
Wrong, Father. Please, Father, get him right now. Hallelujah, 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 hallelujah. Tell him to flee from this car right now, Father. Flee from this car right now, demon. Flee from this car right now, demon. Flee from this car right now, demon. Flee from this car right now. In the name of the Father and the Mother on earth and in heaven. Protect us right now, Father. Please 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 protect us right now, Father. We're not here to understand. We don't bow down to Mammon. We only bow down to your law, Creator, the universe Creator, the law, which they took your law and twisted it around, Most High. They took your commandments and twisted them around. They took your Torah and twisted it around to make their own law. We're telling him right now in his ignorance that he's wrong. He's still persisting to harass your children, to harass your daughter and your son, Most High. So please help us right now. Get him away from my window right now, Most High. Get him right now, Most High. Get him right now, Most High. Please, creator of your whole universe. And his ignorance, get him right now. Get him right now, Most High. Please. Please get him right now, Most High. Please. Please, let him flee right now. Send him back to his car right now, Most High. Please. All they do is take your law and your words and your ways and twist them around. Tell him to get away from us right now. Tell him to get away from us right now, Most High. Please, the creator, the almighty of everything there is, the all-sovereign being of all. Let him get away from the car right now, Most High. Take him away from the car right now, Most High. Take him away from the car right now, Most High. Right now, Most High. Forgive us for what we've done wrong. If we've done anything wrong of your law, forgive us right now. We repent for our sins. Have mercy and grace upon your service, Most High, and take him away from this car at this very moment. Take him away from this car right now. Right now, Most High. Please, Father, get him away from my car. Please, Father, get him away from my car. Please, Father, get him away from my car. Please get them demons away from my car. Get these 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 demons away from my car. In the name of the Mother and the Father in heaven and on earth and within us and around us. Get them away from my car right now, Father. Please get them away from my car right now. Get them away from my car. They're finna break our window. Please get them away from my car. Please get them away from my car right now. Please get them away from my car right now. Please get them away from my car right now. Please get them away from my car right now, Father. Please get them away from my car right now. Please get them away from my car right now, Father. Please get them away from my car right now. Please get them away from my car at this very moment, Father. Please get them away from my car. Please get them away from my car right now. Please get them away from my car. Oh, Father, please don't let them shoot us. Please don't let them shoot us. Please don't let them shoot us, Father. Please. Oh, forgive me for my sins, Father. Forgive me for my transgressions. Forgive me for my ways.
I quite bored.
We do not consent. 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 We do not consent to anything. 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 You guys are talking. We do not consent to anything. We do not.
So, family, pardon me for the typo. Let me get this together. Pardon me for the typo. I'm always in a rush, like I just said at the beginning of the show. Now, listen, this ain't necessarily meant to be funny. It's actually rather sad. You know what I mean? It's actually rather sad due to the fact that we have people that actually believe in this stuff. You know, some brother asked, I think his name was Bay Brothers. Dude, is there a platform that teach? Brother, your fingers work like anybody else. You know what I mean? Go to your keyboard and start working out. Nobody asked you to come over here. You know what I mean? Go on your keyboard and start working out. This platform, this sort of teaching is real life teaching that's going to save somebody's life. Inshallah. That one of the, let me see how many people in here. See how many people up in here. How many we got up in here? We have, I can't even see right now, but let me see. We have 42 people watching. If these 42 people see somebody that's about to get caught up into that sovereign, idealistic way of thinking, they may be able to save them. So while you talking about teaching, I don't know what you talk about. Some book knowledge, I don't know what you talk about. But this is real life. They really got drug out that car. They really thought that they had a position to stand on law. They really thought that the Most High was going to come to their defense because of the indoctrination. So you can go somewhere else with that. You can go somewhere else with that. This is serious business. We're not clowning our brothers and sisters for falling victim. They are victims of bad information. They are victims of bad information. Being characterized. My only problem with it is it's being characterized as Moorish. That's my only problem with it. Heck, if it wasn't characterized as Moorish, if it wasn't characterized as associated with the Moorish Science Temple of America, the Prophet Noble Ali, man, I really ain't got much to do with it at this point. Because once I get the Moors right, then we can branch out and get other situations right. But right now, I'm working on Moorish situations as it relates to the Prophet Noble Ali. So that's just what it is. So y'all might think that it's a joke. Y'all may think it's a joke. It's not a joke, man. That's somebody's child. That's probably some little baby mother that has been misinformed. And now the question becomes, who could they call to come to their defense? After all them books sold on RV Bay, after all of those lectures that people go to, after all of that stuff that they purchase in the name of liberation, who coming to their defense? Nobody. Not Cujo, not Taj, not Sabir, not nobody. So y'all can say what y'all want about Tahaka Bay. But I ain't never sell nobody nothing fictitious. I might sell you a t-shirt you can wear on your back. I might sell you a book that I'm about to bring out. I might sell you, but I ain't selling you no book that's going to tell you to do nothing. I'm going to give you a book that you can ponder upon. Or ponder on. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to give you something that's going to ignite the spirit of Allah in you. And understand that you can evolve that spirit and have the power of Allah. Let's go to another clip. This clip here is a brother in court. This is a light clip, but let's go to it.
I need to know what laws we're working on. I am private counsel. I'm an authorized representative. I'm the authorized representative for the trust. I'm the trustee of the account. I'm not entering any plea. Okay, so
people
are you Article 3 judges? This is the Article 3 court. I'm not here to challenge the charges. I'm here to challenge the jurisdiction. You told me that you have jurisdiction.
Motion for jurisdiction has been denied.
Based on what account? Are you a party in the matter?
Well, no, the state on the state will be ready on the 7th of October, Judge, when we usually try cases for property.
Objection. Is this party?
The people object.
Let the record reflect that the judge is violating due process of law. What law are we working under? I'm here on the Treaty of Peace and Friendship, 1786, 1787, recently signed by dear Presidents Barack Hussein Obama, and I'm here to enforce the Constitution, the rights of indigenous people, and the Human Rights Charter. Now, we're here on the doctrine of discovery, which is a Christopher Columbus story. I object. This is not an Article 3 court. You are not an Article 3 judge. These are all statutes, ordinances, and resolutions that do not apply to the natural people of America. Objection. Have you received my document of discovery?
Yes, I have, sir.
Have you received my written affidavit, my proclamation?
Yes, sir.
Have you received the United States John Kerry sign sealed on that trademark, that trade name?
Sir, be here October 7th. There'll be a benchmark for your arrest. Thank you.
I thought this was a
No,
trial. Wasn't this a trial?
Let him either be, let it reflect that the judge left the
The
bench.
judge has left the bench. Still has not stated for the record what law.
He abandoned ship.
Now look at this. Now check this out. This brother is still up there pleading his R.B. Bay law degree case. The judge told him to show up on such and such or I'm going to issue a bench warrant. You see, this is very simple. People that go and kill your whole household do not care about your fictitious lecture-going internet law degree. They just don't care about that. People that kill from sea to shining sea and they conquer and left a blood trail, they really don't care about your little internet law degree. It is. It is what it is. It's against the law to do this, against the law to do that. But let me tell you something. These people are not respecting that, and it is dangerous. Leave it alone. All right. So now, this show is really about letting people know the dangers of getting involved in this national Moor stuff. Again, to be a Moor National is not to be a Moorish American. You cannot follow Prophet Noble Drew Ali and call yourself a Moor National. It just don't happen. Okay, now listen. Your brother Tahaka Bey is blowing up. Yes, we are. So, if anybody wish to advertise on Moorish World TV or anything that I do, meaning that if I do a video on Facebook, or if I do my weekly show on YouTube, or if I pop up and do 3 shows, we can put your ad on there, and it has to be a Moorish or melanated, owned and operated business. I want you to email me at Tahaka Bey, and I messed up that Tahaka Bey. See, I be rushing. TahakaBey@yahoo.com. I want y'all to excuse my typos. Can y'all do that? Excuse my typos. Because I am one guy that's doing this, and I'm working doing 5 or 6 things. So excuse my typos. But if you know how to spell Tahaka Bey, then you know what it is. You know, you can email me at TahakaBey@yahoo.com. Some of my videos, if you go on my channel, have 30,000 viewers. That's 30,000 potential customers. Just potential. Some of my videos on Facebook has 7,000 to 8,000, some 10,000. This is on Facebook. You can go to my videos and see that. So if you have a business, if you have something you want to get out to the people, you have a party, you know what I mean, whatever. But it got to be something conscious and Moorish. It can't be one of them parties where, man, we're going to turn up tonight. We pop bottles. Boy, I'm telling you, last week, boy, we ain't doing that. They was twerking to that. Nah. Not that type of party. Ain't that type of party. So, if those who want to advertise on Moorish World TV or anything that I do, I want to tell y'all that you're welcome to do that. All you have to do is email me at TahakaBey@yahoo. Somebody say, man, you still got Yahoo? Yep. I got Tahaka Bey at Yahoo. I got Tahaka Bey at Gmail. I got Tahaka Bey at MSN. I got Tahaka Bey at Cloud. I got Tahaka Bey everywhere. I just use Yahoo. That's what I like. It is what it is. So, again, family, you're welcome to email me if you want to advertise anything that is consistent with our community. Peace and love. Now let's go to the next clip. When we start talking about nationality, we're talking about a Moorish American phenomenon brought to us by the Prophet Noble Drew Ali. But with this age of this more national, sovereign, idealistic thinking, they even teach Europeans this stuff. So, I come across a clip with this European thinking he's a Moor National. He's Cujo buddy. He calls himself a Moor son. But he's trying to live off the more nationalistic sovereign ideal, if you will. You know, them RV made stuff. That's what it is. Them Taj Tariqites. He's a Taj Tariqites, but he's a European. Now, we'll get to talk about a little bit on it. Taj Tariq don't want to talk to nobody, brother. Taj Tariq don't want to talk to nobody. He supposed to have came down the show with Sabir last year. Sabir came on, and then he picked up the phone, then the phone call dropped, and that was then. Then they were supposed to meet us at the Trek last year. I mean, they said they would. Let's put it that way. Sabir said this. And then I just invited Sabir to the past Trek in Philadelphia this past October. And I did that like in, I think it was July or something. And he was like, he was live. And I was like, we be in the Trek in October. He said, I'm doing something then. Brother, they don't want to talk. This stuff do not add up to the teachings of the Prophet Noble Drew Ali. Brother, if they talk to me, brother, that stuff falls apart. It's just what it is. If they talk to me, see, this is the difference. Let me tell you. I was talking to my brother. I was talking to my brother. I was talking to my brother today. And he said, man, they mad. They upset. I said, of course they are. I want y'all to listen. Even if you don't like me, listen real quick. They are upset due to the simple fact that I don't argue their point of view. I don't argue whether this constitution or this statute and this code mean this or that. I don't do that. I make one simple point. It's not Prophet Noble Drew Ali Moorish science. Nobody can dispute it. So they get mad. They call names. I'm an agent. I'm a this, I'm a that. I'm just saying one simple thing. It's not Prophet Noble Drew Ali Moorish science. If I was you, I would go out on a campaign to prove that it is. Sitting around calling names like little boys and little girls. Go on a campaign and prove to the people that what Taj teach is exactly what the Prophet Noble Drew Ali teach. Conversation over. But you can't do that because you know and I know that it's not Prophet Noble Drew Ali Moorish science, and they have been using Prophet Noble Drew Ali name to sell this foolishness. And many people have gotten trouble. Many people have gotten trouble. Many people have gotten hurt and even killed. That's right, I said it. I'm a servant of humanity. That's right. Now, I don't know who husband is, I don't know what that is. My husband stands up for you and you belittle him. Read your comments. If I made a mistake, listen, family. I'm Annette Pearson Bay. Let me explain this to you. Again, I'm doing 5 different things. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes I'm glancing at the comment over here. And I see something real fast. And I misappropriate it in my head maybe. But let me tell you something. It's not intentional. If I did that, because people coming at me all sorts of ways. It's moderators in the chat. But sometimes, you know, I'm a fighter. So if your husband said something and I read it real fast and read it wrong and I came at him, I apologize, because that's not my intention. You know what I mean? That's not my intention. That's not my intention. Not at all. I love my people. I don't have no, see, they angry. I'm not mad. I'm not mad at people who disagree with me. You know what I mean? I'm not, I'm not mad. You know what I mean? And I appreciate Brother Bay. My apology. I just glanced real fast. You know what I'm saying? I just glance real fast and I see something, then I just go in. Because I'm telling you, man, hey, y'all think them Hotep was mad. Man, these Taj Tariqites, good goodness of grace, they got the Hoteppers beat. Them Taj Tariqites, oh my goodness. Them Taj Tariqites don't be, I'm telling you, they cuss your mother out. They tell you to suck all types of sexual parts. I mean, they really, and they call themselves, they're terrible, man. Them Taj Tariqites ain't right. I'm trying to tell you. So anyway, the next clip, as I was saying, they even have Europeans believing that they are Moor nationals. We're going to go to the next clip. This, I want y'all to hear this, brother. They call him a brother. This is their brother. So I'm going to say not brother. Let's say this. The Canaanite Moors brothers. This is the Canaanite Moor brother. Taj Tariq and Cujo then even got this European out of his mind. Even got him out of his mind. Now watch it. Let's go.
You can say as much as you want. You can scream into the heavens. You can go out there and say, I'm Latif Bey. Don't do anything to me because I'm Latif Bey. That's my title. That doesn't work. That's your legal name. I reserve my rights very well. You can't, there's no such thing as reserving rights. There's no such thing as reserving your rights. There's no such thing. That doesn't work. What I'm saying is, Supreme Court has also ruled that that giving notice holds the same weight as no, it is not. Well, I'd like to put it on the record what the Supreme Court ruling. Well, I am not. You know, I'm telling you what Kentucky law is.
This is some sick stuff, man.
Document out of the judicial or court method of changing one's name is merely an affirmance and aid of the common law. Thus, the common law by superiority.
He really pulls out some of this stuff he done printed off R.V. Bay. Watch this. This is ridiculous.
Establishes supreme validation and suffices to serve public notice for declaration of a name correction and change. The court method of corroborating a name correction and change is not to be assumed as being necessary nor superior, but merely a formalized method of confirming or acknowledging a person's right to a name correction or change. Such a change carries the exact same legal weight as a court-decreed name change, as long as it is not done with fraudulent intent.
I'm telling you what the state of Kentucky's law is, and I'm telling you what that is right now, and I'm telling you for the same time period, I'm telling you that case is not applicable, because states have the ability to decide whether or not how you change your name. Kentucky's made that decision. It's not been declared unconstitutional. I'm not declaring it unconstitutional. You may believe that it is unconstitutional, but that is the only way for you to change your name in the state of Kentucky. You can't just declare it. You can't reserve it. So, and the offer of the Commonwealth now is they've actually taken 30 days off the table. They're telling you that if you enter or plead guilty, there'd be a $200 fine plus the court cost, and you'd have until July 15th to get that. You can say.
All right, so look. I see that somebody said they can't hear it. Give me a 1 if you can hear it clearly. Here we go.
As much as you want, you can scream it to the heavens. You can go out there and say, I'm Latif Bey. Don't do anything to me because I'm Latif Bey. That's my title. That doesn't work. That's your legal name. I reserve my rights very well. You can't, there's no such thing as reserving rights. There's no such thing as reserving your rights? There's no such thing. That doesn't work. What I'm saying is, Supreme Court has also ruled that that giving notice holds the same weight as no, it is not. Well, I'd like to put it on the record what the Supreme Court ruling. Well, I am not. You know, I'm telling you what Kentucky law is. Can I get a document out of the judicial or court method of changing one's name is merely an affirmance and
and aid of the common law. Thus, the common law by superiority establishes supreme validation and suffices to serve public notice for declaration of a name correction and change. The court method of corroborating a name correction and change is not...
Now this is where he pulls out his RV Bay documents. Check this lawyer out. In your opinions, man, Todd just set him crazy. Look at that. Let's go.
to be assumed as being necessary nor superior, but merely a formalized method of confirming or acknowledging a person's right to a name correction or change. Such a change carries the exact same legal weight as a court-decreed name change, as long as it is not done with fraudulent intent.
But check this out. Not only is he pulling out RV Bay printed out law degrees, he's also talking to what they call a policy enforcer. They're only there to enforce the policy, not to debate it. How insane is this? Even Taj go up to the police car and debate the policy with somebody else pulled over, as opposed to just go with the lawyer and debate it. They're debating the enforcer. That's just like if I got a bodyguard or something and you trying to talk to me, the bodyguard stop you, and now you up there saying, well, let me have the conversation with you, bodyguard. I don't need to talk to Tahaka Bay. I'll just talk to you. Tell me about Moorish science. But you came to talk to me. You're addressing your problem with the wrong people, in short. Let's go.
I'm not declaring it unconstitutional. You may believe that it is unconstitutional, but that is the only way for you to change your name in the state of Kentucky. You can't just declare it. You can't reserve it. So, the offer of the Commonwealth now is they've actually taken 30 days off the table. They're telling you that if you enter a plea of guilty, there'd be a $200 fine plus the court cost, and you'd have until July 15th to get that paid. Would you like to accept that offer?
I just wish to correct my status.
The choices today are we have our trial, and the jury makes a determination as to whether you're guilty or not guilty of this particular charge. You run the risk of serving 90 days in jail. Or you can accept the offer of the Commonwealth, enter a plea of guilty of this charge, and pay a $200 fine with no jail time.
I just wish to correct my status, sir.
I don't think I said it.
At any rate, the status of the law is that I'm not required to recuse myself in those instances where a federal suit or any other suit is filed. So motion for removal is also denied.
That's conflict of interest, sir.
I don't know where you filed it. I've not received notice of it. I don't know if you filed it appropriately in federal court or not. Okay, I've made my ruling on that issue. I've denied your request. You may believe that I've done that inappropriately. Then your remedy is to file a writ of prohibition or a writ of mandamus or
Well, the person should also ask them who is your delegation of authority order.
Where did you file that?
I filed that here.
Okay, I've heard your motions and I've denied them.
Going on the record, there was not motions. Can the jurisdiction of the court be put on the record today? Can the jurisdiction of the court be put on the record today?
The jurisdiction of the court is that you are, I don't know whether you're a citizen or not. If you're not a citizen, then I may just inform immigration and we're not a citizen, then I may just inform immigration and we're not a citizen, then I may just inform immigration and we'll make that determination. Sir, at any rate, the jurisdiction is anyone, even if you are a citizen of some other country, doesn't mean that the laws of the United States don't apply. If you are a citizen of some other country, doesn't mean that the laws of the United States don't apply. If you are a citizen of some other country, doesn't mean that the laws of the United States don't apply to you. I just had a gentleman here today who's a citizen of Mexico who was driving without a driver's license. He appeared in front of me, he was charged with an offense here in Kentucky, and he can be convicted of an offense in Kentucky, whether he is a citizen of the United States or not. You may not recognize these laws. You may not think they apply to you, but they do. I'm sorry that you're under that misapprehension, and it is a misapprehension that you've had and you believe wholeheartedly, but it is not correct. It is not legal, and it is not correct.
I've also sent a written discovery, and that has not been answered, and that was the default being answered.
All right, you did file a motion for default judgment. There is no such thing as default judgment in a criminal.
Misclassify us. This is like you always say, why do the Europeans join the names Negro, Black, and Colored, etc.? To steal your birthright. Therefore, you got to study what birthright is to understand the function.
Okay, now listen. Now listen. Hold up. Wait a minute. Let's stop here. Somebody asked me, how do I know that he's with Canaan Moors? They promote this guy. This video right here, you can go to Canaan Moors and see him on Canaan Moors. They promote this guy and they call him Canaan Moors Muslim son responds to Tahaka Bay and Morisco World TV. This video is probably 6 months old. So again, remember I keep telling y'all, I said, if I come at a situation, it doesn't mean that I started it. What it means is I'm better at it. I'm going to make the attention come to it before I address it. Because I want the world to know, the Moorish world to know how ridiculous it sounds for you to put a European on your channel to come at me, but call me the agent because I got the video taken down that you clipped, chopped, screwed, remixed up for 2.5 hours from my channel. But you put the European on your channel to come at brother Tahaka Bay. Failed again. Man, I'm telling you, man, you should take them dreads and wrap it around your neck. Game over. It's a wrap, man. It's a wrap, man. You should, let me look at the camera, man. Let me look at the camera. Let me look at the camera. Let me look at the camera. Can I approach the camera? Can Tahaka Bay approach the camera? Huh? Can Tahaka Bay approach the camera? Let's see if Tahaka Bay can approach the camera. Can Tahaka Bay approach the camera? Tahaka Bay gonna approach the camera. Let's approach the camera. Look, family. This is how sick this is. Let me show you how sick this is. The brother Cujo. This ain't no, I mean, I don't take this stuff that serious. It's all right. The brother got mad at me because he took my video. He took my video of me and the Ramon debate. Was 3 hours long, almost 2.5. He took 2 hours of it and kept chopping and screwing it, playing the Ramon part without my rebuttal or a piece of my rebuttal and chop it up. Now, like I said, if he had done it for half an hour, fine, because people may have wanted to go see the whole thing and they would have came to my channel and seen it. He took 2 hours and chopped and screwed it. I goes on the video. I said, man, look. Man, you can put the whole video up. I don't care about that. YouTube don't pay me no paper like that. I mean, that's all I can show. And see, I'm so good with it. I show you what YouTube pay. It ain't nothing. But anyway, I said you can put the video up. But man, don't chop and screw it and try to mislead the people. Don't try to mislead the people. So everybody on his channel was chiming in. And I'm saying, man, these guys is like led to slaughter. Won't they go, and I'm putting in the chat, go to my channel and see the whole video. I'm the agent, I'm this, that's, and man, now you got to take that down. Period, point blank. So what he does is, he actually calls me the agent. You know what I mean? He calls me the agent because I gets him to take it down. You know what I mean? However, how can I be the agent? And this is what he posts today. And he posts next to it that I'm the agent. You know what I mean? That I'm the agent because I get the video taken down because he chopped and screwed it. I mean, this YouTube. Don't chop and screw me up. Put the whole thing down. I get to take it down. But he called me an agent. Yet, Here you go with your video with the European. Here you go with your video with the European coming at a Moorish American, Morisco American, whatever you choose to call me. Then, not only that, you have your little people doing all this. That's what they doing. That's what they doing. Because I get a video taken down. Yet, what you do is this. All fair, all good. So stop playing all the time. So anyway, family, I am going to give y'all one more clip tonight. And this clip is an example of the most extreme measure of following this Moorish National idealistic bull crap. Cujo teaches it, Taj teaches it, and many other teaches it. They just haven't rose to the level of Taj Tariq yet. And I'm going to continue to do this sort of work to make sure it don't rise. Because it's not Prophet Noble Drew Ali's teaching. If they take the Prophet Noble Drew Ali name from it, I will not say nothing else. If they say, you know what? This has nothing to do with more science or Prophet Noble Drew Ali, I will shut up. I will be quiet. I wouldn't say a thing. You know what I'm saying? I would not say a thing. You know what I mean? But let me read this. Okay. You know what I mean? I wouldn't say a thing. Okay, here we go. Oh yeah. I ain't played none of their videos. I ain't played none of their videos. The video that I played is in public domain. I ain't played none of their videos. I ain't gonna play none of their videos. But I don't even mind if they take my videos. Just play the whole thing. You can even talk over it to convince your people of the lie that you want them to believe. Just play the whole thing. Don't play one side. But this last video is my video that comes off my channel. And I want to share it with
y'all. And then if a private security officer, because they're not officers really, so that's wrong. If a private security agents, which they call police, because they're not elected, so they're not officers, stops a person, whether you call them citizen or not, stops a person and asks that person where is their license, well, the person should also ask them who is your delegation of authority order. Because that's where they're supposed to have received certified authority from the Congress of the United States, Republican form of government, that they have a right to even question the citizens under limited conditions.
Can you please identify yourself, please? Do you have a delegation of authority order? Sir, you have delegation of... Sure. Okay. And a delegation of authority order.
Police officer, here
yes.
You go.
Okay.
Let me show you my job.
And you also have your delegation of authority order, correct?
Identify. You don't have any tag on.
Sir, you have yet to identify yourself.
I'm a Baltimore County police officer.
Okay, can I see some ID, please?
What kind of ID would you like?
I would like to see your picture of you and also a delegation of... Sure. Okay. And a delegation of authority order. That is what authorizes you to be in... Okay, now that's not a delegation of authority order.
This is my police ID, which is by Baltimore County.
I understand that.
Do you have a driver's license or not?
Sir.
Yes.
Do you have a delegation of authority?
What is a delegation of authority order? Tell me, explain that.
That is what authorized you to enforce the law. And
delegation, let me look for it for you real quick.
Okay. It would not be that size. And
delegation, let me look for it for you real quick.
Okay. It would not be that size.
How big would it be?
It will be something that you would
have to
How about my
Maryland Police Training Commission certificate and
no, sir. Delegation of authority order.
Well, the person should also ask them who is your delegation of authority order.
Certificate.
So, family, I'm going to ask y'all, in all good common sense, where did she learn that term from? Do you think she learned it from a European or somebody associated with the founder of the Asiatic version of sovereign citizen ideology? That's something.
Reportedly had the words free traveler written on it. Sovereign citizens often refer to themselves as free travelers. The others had the following phrase written on it: any government official who compromises this pursuit to happiness and right to travel will be held criminally responsible and fined, as this is a natural right to freedom. Sovereign citizens believe that the government not only is wrong in detaining them, but also has acted with impunity because U.S. citizens are ignorant of their rights. Gaines can be heard stating that she doesn't follow their laws and repeatedly asks the officer for a delegation of authority order.
Well, the person should also ask them, who is your delegation of authority order?
If Gaines was, in fact, a sovereign citizen, then she would have believed that state and federal laws did not apply to her. In a caption posted with her March arrest, Gaines posted this: constitutional law is the only true law. In order to be granted the role as law enforcement, you must take an oath to uphold the Constitution and be granted a DOAO, delegation of authority. The police are not law enforcement. They are policy enforcers and operate outside of the laws of the Constitution, which would make them organized criminals. They enforce corporate law to generate revenue, in other words, to get money. However, in this case, they know that I know this, and this is them making trouble with me, which is not a true form of the law, but so many of us have bended to their criminal ways. Not me. Sovereign citizens and law enforcement. Police sometimes stop sovereign citizens who believe that they are being harassed unjustly by uniformed officers. During a post after her March traffic stop, Gaines identified the police as kidnappers and noted that she was being held hostage while in police custody. Sovereign believed that judges, courts, and police officers no longer have jurisdiction over them. They often consider police harassers and clog up the court system, filing frivolous lawsuits citing archaic and oftentimes asinine statutes. This is sometimes referred to as paper terrorism. Story by Stephen A. Crockett Jr., senior editor at The Root. My name is Yarima Karama, and Your Black World News.
So family, I'm looking at the chat, right? And people think we have a birthright and a right to travel is a part of that birthright. Well, you got a whole bunch of birthrights. That don't mean it's going to be respected. Newsflash. Let me look over here. Newsflash. She wasn't killed on that traffic stop. But those who demonstrate sovereign citizen ideology, you don't have to call yourself a sovereign citizen. All you have to do is demonstrate the ideal. I just did a show addressing the Minister of Farrakhan because he said the Moorish Temple of America was in the crosshairs of the FBI, if you will, which that wasn't the case. They said the black Moorish sovereign citizen ideal or the Moorish sovereign ideal. So all you got to do is show the footprint or the fingerprint of the ideal thinking, and they have a shoot to kill order. So they're not going to tell you that, but if you Google it, they have a shoot to kill order. It is what it is. It is what it is. So I'm encouraging people that, for one, you have the right to do whatever you want. Number two, it's not Prophet Noble Drew Ali teaching. If Prophet Noble Drew Ali was so concerned with the right to travel as a part of the doctrine of the Moorish Temple of America and would be opposed to the policy enforcers, I need somebody to tell me why he had a police escort during the first annual convention. I need somebody to tell me that. If he was so opposed to the policy enforcer, as you like to call him, which he truly is. But that was his state of mind. And that continues to be their state of mind. But if he was so opposed of the office of those that's there to enforce the law, i.e. the police, why would they be his escort? Why? Why? You want me to tell you why? Because the prophet did not differentiate the sins and the mishaps and the bad decisions by human beings. He called a spade, but he also judged people by the content of their character, in the words of Martin Luther King. And he knew that if you can raise your sons to be the police commissioner, that police department can be yours. If you can raise your daughters to be the police commissioner, you can raise your son to be the city councilman. That money that you pay in taxes could be yours. If you raise your community to be Moorish, those 5,000 votes can put your son and daughter in that position, and then the gold and the silver, now we use it as paper, can be yours. If we put 5,000 people, a block vote, around a voting system locally that needs 400 votes to put somebody in office, we have access. We control the politics. So this is the Prophet Noble Drew Ali. What they're talking about is not the Prophet Noble Drew Ali. It sounds as if they're taking a check to confuse the people as to how to come out of this condition. There is but one way, and that's through your connection to the Moorish National and Divine Movement. And the Moorish National and Divine Movement is not these ragtag brothers on YouTube. It's not these ragtag brothers running around the country talking about you standing on law and your birthright. The Prophet Noble Drew Ali put people in political power so he can bring the political power back to the Moors on the south side and the north side and in Detroit. This is the Prophet Noble Drew Ali plan. Again, in the words of Sharif Anil Bey, no need to fight the power. Become the power. This is why he voted and got the Moors behind Judge Blackwell. This is why. Let me see if I can give you some of these things that I was showing last night. This is the reason why he got behind all of the Moors to get behind certain politicians. You know, so he could put the power where it belongs. And this clip right here, this comes out of the Moorish Guide. And I want y'all to listen to it close. Y'all talking about enforcing the law of the land. How about becoming the law of the land? The Prophet Noble Drew Ali said that, and this is why I say that Taj Tariq does not teach the Prophet Noble Drew Ali more science. And here's a prime example right here. Okay. Y'all, let's read with me. Here's a prime example. First of all, nationals cannot vote. Now, nationals cannot vote. Not Moor nationals, not Moorish nationals, not American nationals. Nationals cannot vote. Only citizens. Now, so this was an article out of the Moorish Guide, authored by the Prophet. It says, 3,000 Muslims, the 3,000 Muslims of the Grand Temple and West Side Temple are making ready to register every man, woman, in order to take lead for various candidates whom they've been instructed to vote for. who they've been instructed to vote for. I'm saying you don't have to vote. You don't have to be a Moorish American. I'm just telling you that the teachings of Taj is not the Prophet Noble Drew Ali teaches. That's all I'm saying. Prove me wrong. Don't cuss me out. Ken, if you like, prove me wrong. I'm waiting. Waiting. It says that has been instructed to vote for Alderman Lewis B. Anderson. That's the alderman. So we got the city on lock with the alderman. In this day and time, it'll be a councilman in some cities. The Honorable George W. Blackwell. We got the judge on lockdown. The Honorable Oscar DePriest. I think he was Congress. Honorable H. Jackson. All working through the regular Republican organizations, of which the Honorable Daniel M. Jackson is our matchless leader. All know the whole situation and have their own way and time to give the order to go. The Muslims will be ready. I don't know what more science you follow, but it's not the Prophet Noble Drew Ali's. I don't know what more science. I'm not worried about how do we run a city. I'm telling you what the Prophet did. He put 3,000 Muslims behind candidates that I'm quite sure he pulled to the side and said, you know what we need, right? You want up in, you're going to get what we need. But in 2017, we should create our own candidate and put 3,000 votes behind every candidate, every judge, in every local district. This is the Prophet Noble Drew Ali's way. The reason I keep coming at Taj is because he keep talking that he's teaching Prophet Noble Drew Ali more science, and it's not. He got away for it for 20 years. Don't cry now. Matter of fact, go ahead and cry. Make you look bad. I'm going to keep talking about Taj until they stop saying that the Prophet Noble Drew Ali said. Because the Prophet Noble Drew Ali haven't said half of the things that they say. That's right. That's right. The Prophet Noble Drew Ali haven't said half of the things that Taj said over the last 20 years. You can defend Taj all you want. You can defend Sabir all you want. You can defend the proponents of that all you want. I'm telling you the fact of the matter, that what you thought he was teaching, you thought it was the Prophet teaching, it does not add up, nor does it relate. So get mad. So get mad. See me when you see me, get mad. Or accept it for what it is and say, brother, how can we pull this off? Do you know a little bit more than what you're saying on YouTube? Do you know a little bit more than what you're saying on Facebook? You're real passionate about this. Do you have a plan? And I may look at you and say, yeah, I have the Prophet's plan. Is there anything that you contribute to this plan so we can bring this thing to fruition? Yeah. Well, let's rock. Well, let's rock. Amen? But let's rock. And if you don't want to rock, if you just want to defend a man that's been going around the country and teaching as opposed to building brick and mortar, school and factory, hospital, daycare, elder care for the last 20 years, he haven't been doing that. I'm sitting here struggling to try to get people to support to build a Moorish village on the ground. Trying to get Moors to support that. But they cuss me out because I separate the truth from the falsehood. But they don't want to live together with Moors. They don't want to live together with Moors. They don't believe in that stuff. They believe that it's okay to be a YouTube Moor. It's okay to be a Facebook Moor. It's okay to go to a Taj lecture and just be a Moor, simple as that. It's okay. It's not okay. Because that's not what the Prophet did. And if we say we follow the Prophet Noble Ali and we carry the attribute, the title of Baal, then we should live up to it according to the description in which the Prophet describes it is. And according to the connection of the Moorish Science Temple of America, if you're around the temple and it ain't right, get it right. If it's not a temple in your neighborhood, get with me. Go to the virtual Moorish Science Temple of America. Let's organize. Let's get our piece of the pie. Period, point blank. It is what it is. It is what it is. But if you don't want to organize and you want to get around, get behind somebody that's going to get you to challenge every principle that a Moor like me is going to put to the table that I consider to be based on the teachings of the Prophet Noble Ali, you lost your mind. You might want to look into it and see what I'm talking about. You know what I mean? If you think that you're going to run around and challenge these Europeans with every little piece of law that you think you done learned off of R.V. Bay, and they make laws to keep you oppressed, and you coming up with 1865 laws talking about a right to travel, and they put laws on the books every time you figure out something, they 20 years ahead of you. And you quote laws from 1865. And then even if you was right and exact, ain't bound to respect it because you ain't got no unity. So I'm telling you, if you're interested in the real pure teachings of the Prophet Noble Ali, I ask you to join me. If you don't have a temple near you, you can join me at the virtual Moorish Science Temple of America, which is it's actually a warranted chartered temple, you know what I mean, under the leadership of D. Bailey. And you're welcome to join and learn what the program is. This is active Moor time. This is not we're going to have church and sing and clap and dance. We're going to learn the teachings of the Prophet Noble Ali. We're going to learn how to overcome this oppression by the way of unity, cooperative economics. And we're going to do it one block, one city at a time. And we got a 3-year plan, just like the Prophet. Because from 1926 to 1929, the Prophet accomplished so much where people don't even know. Half of the people that follow this Taj ideology don't even know the footsteps of the Prophet. They don't know their accomplishments. They don't know the failures. They don't know the shortcomings. They don't know who he rubbed elbows with. They don't know where he traveled. They don't know none of the details of Prophet Noble Ali. And so that's why when I say these things, they don't comprehend. Because for 20 years, they haven't been learning Prophet Noble Ali Moor science. They haven't been learning it. So what do you expect? They supposed to get mad and cuss me out. Because I'm taking a little, I'm pulling the rug from underneath of them. Man, they didn't study this Taj and this law stuff. They didn't spend thousands of dollars on books. Sabir loved to brag. Yeah, I just bought these books here. See this book here? This is about the Nakas. And this book here, this comes out of India. And this book here, yeah, this is about the Moors when they was in Mars. And this book here, yeah, this one costs $500. This book here costs $500. You see? So you got to spend money on your education. And don't forget your Black Laws Dictionary, the new edition. And you know the European makes that Black Laws Dictionary, there's hundreds of dollars. And it's kind of crazy that we're going to put all this money in their pocket about this law. But let's just do it anyway. It helps us to sell more material off of RV Bay. Okay. Yeah. Anyway, make sure you get the 115th edition of Black Law's Dictionary. Let's not tell them that Black Law's Dictionary is not law. It's only a dictionary. It just gives definition of law, but it's not law. It gives definition of law terms, but it's not law. But you tell them to get that book. Make sure you get that. Get that law dictionary and you fill them Europeans' pocket up. And put the prophet out front. But the temple was infiltrated. It was infiltrated. I went to the temple and I said, let's do something. And nobody wanted to do anything. They got mad at me because I wanted to fix the temple up. So I didn't go to create a Moorish science temple in the same vein as the prophet. I joined CMB and started talking about astrology. And I said, I've joined, and then I just went around and I began to teach Asaf Law Master. That's the acronym for Islam. Prophet Noble Ali says that Islam is Asaf Lord Master. I ain't gonna tell him I've never seen that before. I ain't never seen that before, but I'll just say it anyway. Prophet Noble Ali says that the European is stealing our birthright. I ain't never see him say that or see it written nowhere, but I'll just tell him that anyway because it go with the theme in which I'm trying to promote so we can sell some of these books because I'm tired of doing this home improvement. And this book thing is real profitable. These lectures are very, very profitable. You see. So at the end of the day, everybody gets a free ride off the ignorance of our people. The prophets say, be careful, your own people will put you into slavery. And what is the worst form of slavery? When you don't even know that you're in it. You don't even know that you're in it. Somebody quoted on the YouTube channel today that Taj is one of the best Moorish teachers I ever seen. If he only knew, that's not Prophet Noble Drew Ali Moorish science. And that's what I'm standing on. You see me, sneak diss me, sneak pop me in the mouth. Inshallah, shake it off. Put them hands on you. Hopefully my mufti don't catch you out there. And guess what I'm going to say when it's all said and done? It's not the Prophet Noble Drew Ali Moorish science. It's not. It's not the Prophet Noble Drew Ali Moorish science. It never was and never will be. And that's just what it is. And you don't have to like it. You don't have to like it. Again, family, as we wrap the show up, I want to let you know that you actually are able to advertise on Moorish World TV. I got a few people lined up. Get it while it's good, because this is really going to be a great thing for those who's trying to sell their business. Shout out to my brother Basil. He's been on deck lined up. Shout out to, he's been on deck with his traveling company. Shout out to my brother Ivor McMillan. I think L out of Unity Temple. Me and him got some talking to do about putting his stuff up here. Shout out to my brother from Florida. I think his name Yazrael. He has a website that we're going to do some cross promotion and marketing from. So if you're interested in promoting your Moorish business and you want to advertise, again, some of these videos, they go, the highest I think is 130,000 or something like that. Facebook, I got some 10,000 videos. So these are the potential. And yes, what I'm trying to do is trying to create a marketplace for the Moors to rotate our money together. I provide you a service to get the information out for you, and you provide some finances so I cannot so I said that will enable me to do this more and put more time in. This actually takes a lot of time. Those clips, slicing them clips, takes a lot of time. I got to look through this and look through that, look through this. These pictures takes a lot of time. Most people think that I just jump down here and start yelling. Well, there is a brain up in here, and that brain actually functionally at a high level. You know, and like I said, I cue the music up. I record my own music. I do this myself. I mean, sometimes, shout out to my brother, young brother named Mike. Sometimes I go to his house studio and do something. But I record this stuff myself. I cue the beats up. I add, make to the beats, chop, paste, buy beats, put this all together. What I'm saying is I do a lot. And so in order to do it, I got to dedicate more time, and the more finance that I can get, I'll be able to dedicate more time to it. And so I'm going to give you a service, you give me a service, and we're going to make this thing do what it do. You know what I mean? I got to make a song. I got to make a song about them Taj Tariqites.
I found the wrong man, yeah, that's the highest self. If you don't get the gift for love, you deny yourself.
I gotta do it like this.